I'm Kyle Miley, and you need to watch my LinkedIn Lives because you're going to learn some shit, and sometimes I'm funny. We're here to talk about industrial sales, industrial marketing, technical sales. Then on today's episode, we're going to talk about how to build trust, which is the most important aspect.
Are you stepping up your sales game? It's almost the end of 2022.
All right, guys, we're going to do some cold calls. Hey, Bill, this is Kyle with Manufacturing Tribe, a Texas-based industrial sales and marketing company. On average, we create over 500 videos a year for our clients and write over 500 articles. Leave your comments in the comment section below. We will answer them when we come back. And if we don't have any questions, then I'm going to go on about my day. We'll be right back. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, please. Look at all the video content we have on there. I haven't spent 22 years in manufacturing to not know what I'm talking about. You need to watch my content. What is up, guys? It's Kyle Milan. It's Monday, and we are back with another live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn. Today's Monday show, for those of you that are new, are Ask Kyle. And today we talk about questions and comments that were sent in to askkyle@mfgtribe.com, or we pull comments and questions from YouTube videos or LinkedIn posts or LinkedIn videos or previous lives. We pull them all into this show. We answer a few questions today in the initial part, and then we go into live comments for anybody that's joining live and has a question about either industrial sales or industrial marketing, technical sales. I always mix those two up. So for those of you that are new, we've got a YouTube channel with over 360 videos on it. Go over there and subscribe to it and hit those notifications. That way you get notified every week when we're posting new videos. Our content ranges from in-depth, lengthy 20, 30-minute videos to short 60-second bite-sized shorts that we throw up there for you guys to keep learning, keep understanding what we're seeing in trends for technical sales and industrial marketing. So without further ado, now that I've got that intro out of the way, you've asked some questions and I'm here to answer them. So let's jump into it, Laura.
Okay, the first question today, when it comes to social media for industrial, is TikTok a big deal?
Okay, social media for industrial, is TikTok a big deal? I mean, I feel like, you know, if you go into it not expecting to close a bunch of business, I feel like that could be a place where you have fun with your social. From an advertising standpoint, I feel like the system's still a little bit new to be able to advertise strategically to your audience, kind of like Instagram and Facebook. Like, it's difficult to really hone in if the platforms are new. So with TikTok being newer, with the advertising, with that generation jumping on board and consuming the content on it, I feel like look at it strictly from a standpoint of, if we're creating content for Instagram Reels, which that's what's important these days, then you can also throw that content over to TikTok. We've got a TikTok channel, or I do, where we post some stuff. Sometimes we post some fun stuff on there that we do here at the office. But I feel like that's more of an entertainment value. For the industrial companies, I don't think it's going to be a huge, massive place for you to pay attention to. Now, if you are using LinkedIn appropriately, doing it strategically, and you're also pushing stuff on other social channels, can you add TikTok to that with strategic content where it is in that vertical format? Yes, you can. But if you're going into it like, I wonder if I should pay attention to this, first, I would say look at it from a consumer standpoint. Look for videos and content that's on there that's relative to your business. See what people are doing, but hopefully you're already doing the LinkedIn side. If you're not doing the LinkedIn side correctly, then I would say forget about TikTok for now. Focus on getting your LinkedIn company page out there with videos, consistent content. Hire an agency like MFG Tribe to do all that for you. Create the content, post it, articles, videos, all that stuff. And then you can say, all right, now that that's underway, we want to be able to create some fun stuff over on TikTok. Then yes, I feel like you could do that.
Okay. The second question today was from a YouTube comment. They want to know, what's the best way to work a trade show when exhibiting?
All right, the best way to work a trade show when exhibiting is to work it. I mean, the answer's in your question, dude. We're going to be coming out with a whole training platform for trade shows, whether it's from a sales standpoint or marketing, on technicalsalesuniversity.com. that we'll be rolling out probably in the next 30 to 60 days, where I walk through exactly what you should be doing from a marketing standpoint, from a sales standpoint, to get the most from it. But I was just in a trade show back at the end of August in Tennessee. It was an industrial trade show, and still to this day, this is the first trade show I had been at in probably 2 years, 2.5 years. Still to this day, people are doing trade shows the way that they've always done it, which is the salespeople, whoever's at the trade show, are sitting down, they're on their phone, they're looking down, they're not engaging with people or out in the aisle. They're just kind of standing there and waiting for people to come up to them. The right way to do it is to be able to engage with people, pull them into your booth, ask them questions as they're walking by. I don't care if there's 200 people at a trade show or 500,000, like what goes to IMTS and the plastic shows and stuff like that. Does not matter the quantity. Every single person walking by, ask them a question. Hey, do you guys use any of this? You guys are interested in seeing this? Ask every single person. Make a comment to somebody. I like your shirt. I like your hat. Whatever it is. They're like, oh, you work for this company. They make the best products. Something like that with every single person that is walking by. You have to engage with them to get them to pause and look at whatever it is that you have in your booth, or ask you a question about whatever it is that you do. But still to this day, people are sitting there not doing that. I don't know how these people still get sent to these trade shows. The trade show I was at was one of our clients. They had the most active, lively booth in the entire trade show. Everybody was stopping by. They held back nothing, took all the stops out, and said, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And it was a killer show. I think at the end of the day, they ended up getting around 70 to 75 leads from that show, which is amazing and great. But going to it knowing that I don't care if you get 20 leads from a show or 200, the timeline to close those contacts and those leads is going to be weeks and months, because they also visited other booths. So the first step is make sure that your booth is somewhat neat and tidy. It is showing within a quick glance what it is that you do, your value proposition, who you serve, and then get the people working the trade show out in that aisleway. Talk to every single person coming by. Don't just do the classic. If I'm looking at you in the eyes, don't do the classic. Look down at their badge and then read what is their job title, where they work, and then decide whether or not you want to talk to them. Throw that old way of doing it away and just talk to every single person coming by. Quick comment, quick conversation. Ask them if they're interested. Hopefully you've got enough people where you're not at it alone and you can have multiple conversations going on at the same time. But that is the biggest tip. People still do it the old way. People still suck at it. And they wonder at the end of the day why they don't have any leads, is because in order to get leads from those shows, you have to work the booth, work the show, get out there and talk to everybody, and make sure that you're having valuable conversations.
Right. And the last question that I pulled for today, what are some ways to convert MQLs to SQLs?
All right, MQLs to SQLs. Let's start with the difference, I guess, between the two. So there's two trains of thought here. I have a little bit of a different opinion. Marketing people may be like, dude, you're wrong. I don't really care. This is the way I look at it. MQL is a marketing qualified lead. That means that marketing has determined that this person is qualified based on typically scoring criteria, engagement. They responded, they raised their hand and said, I want more information, not literally. Or their CRM system, HubSpot, or anybody else. You have scoring set up, open an email, click an email, visit a website, do whatever, interacted on an ad that you have with Google or LinkedIn or whatever. You assign points to them, and then those points add up, and then they become a marketing qualified lead. Now, typically, if you just Google search the difference between the two, an SQL or a sales qualified lead, by the definition of marketing, is marketing has then taken a basic lead, turned it into a marketing qualified lead, then done something with them to turn them into a sales qualified lead. And that's the only people that sales people will be talking to. I have a little bit different thought on that, because all that's really doing is you're doing different scoring criteria to boost them up, to convert them into an SQL. Or you say, okay, they're an MQL, but then once they do this one thing or these two things, then they are an SQL. Then they're worth the time of our salespeople. I look at it as from the standpoint of, once marketing has qualified them, marketing's job is done. And then they become an MQL. Then that's when the salespeople take over, and they're going to convert them into an SQL, because they've had a conversation and said, all right, I've talked to these people. I'm saying that this is a qualified lead. Let's turn them into, now they're labeled as a prospect, or they're in the life cycle stage of a sales qualified lead. These people are the ones that I want to follow up with on a regular basis. I can create an opportunity from it so on and so forth. My viewpoint is a little bit different than what Google will tell you. I like my way better when it comes to industrial, because industrial and manufacturing companies don't have typically these massive robust systems where they have all this content being created, and they don't have the time to wait for an MQL to go through that process to then wait to call them. I look at it as, once marketing has qualified it, that's the sales team's job to make the warm call, send a message, LinkedIn connection request, send an email, whatever it is, follow up with those people, attack them aggressively to convert them into a sales qualified lead, and then move them down the rest of the platform. Does that answer the question, Laura?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know what each of them were.
Oh, there you go. All right, guys, we're going to take a short break. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you want to engage on this Monday. Monday shows are typically a little bit sleepy. We don't get a ton of engagement because hopefully you guys are busy doing stuff and not just sleeping in on this noon Central Standard Time. So we'll be right back after this short break and answer any live questions that we have.
How should I go about cold calling?
The people that you're calling, they don't have time. They don't have patience. You need to get direct to the point. For the marketing people out there, industrial marketers, just because you're in marketing doesn't mean that you don't have to look at things on a weekly basis. And I'm like, look, I know that I need to get into automation, one, for the labor shortage because I can't find people.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people in our industries of industrial that are doing fun things with TikTok. But I feel like you have to adapt, right? Did you see some instant spike in activity?
9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive?
All right, guys, we're back for after that short break. Hopefully you like that video content that Laura has been creating for those show breaks. The last ones are a little bit long. You guys said, dude, I don't want to sit through this commercial break. Laura made a short video for you. There you go. So if you have a question, there's typically a 20, 30, 35-second delay on LinkedIn. If you have a question, put it in the comment section and say, I'm writing a question or something like that, because we will end the show if we don't get engagement from you guys. Monday shows are typically short. We come on, answer those questions. If you guys want to watch the replay, it's going to live on LinkedIn for a short period of time, but it's going to be difficult to find it after today because we keep on posting new video content every day on my profile. So what you should do if you want to watch this or any of our content, go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Turn on notifications. Like I said in the beginning, we've got over 360 videos on YouTube. We create 2 live shows a week. Monday show is this type of engagement where we're answering questions that were sent in ahead of time. Wednesday show is about technical sales or industrial marketing, where we pick a topic. Typically, those shows are anywhere between 20 to, 45 minutes long, sometimes 60 minutes long, where I talk about a specific topic. Then we get all of the questions. If you want to look back to last week's Wednesday show, it's on my LinkedIn profile. It was all about cold calling for technical salespeople. But regardless of those 2 shows, all these videos live on YouTube, and we create shorter versions of these videos for you guys to be able to quickly get to the beef of the content. Now, sometimes on Thursdays, we bring in guests, and Thursday shows are Talk Shop with me, and we've done, I think, 3 of those so far. Those shows are pretty dope because we're bringing in industry-leading experts, whether they're owners, marketing, salespeople, into the show. We ask them some questions, see struggles that they've dealt with, have them tell us their story, and it's not a traditional, they get the questions ahead of time, and then we then ask them, and it's just like a straight Q&A. It's more of a conversation-based interview, and it's a little bit more fun, and we do some fun things at the end. I think our next one is coming up in about 2 weeks. We've got one. Is it next week? All right, we've got a Talk Shop with Kyle next week on Thursday, Laura? Mm-hmm. On Thursday. So definitely be on the lookout for that event to be posted on my LinkedIn profile, and say that you're going to attend it. Do we have any comments now that I just bought us time? All right, you guys are sleeping or you're not here. We see that you're here, but you're probably doing other things, or you don't have a question. You just came here to support. Be sure to share this with somebody that you know, somebody that you think will get value out of this content. Share it over there. Hit those blue thumbs on LinkedIn. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and turn on notifications. if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn and we're not connected yet, as long as you're not going to be selling me some shit that I don't need, send it over and we will accept it. And with that being said, I'm totally screwing up this outro. With that being said, we will see you on the next one.